Welcome on into sports
Shenanigans.
and we will be covering the top 5 free agents for both the AFC and the NFC in today's episode. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back. Brent, along with Tony, the master of chaos himself, the 7-time fantasy football champion. Three of
I've
them
beaten Brent three
over
times.
me.
That's right.
Three of them in the finals, head to head. Overmanaged,
Nope,
underdelivered
only
teams
two in
every
the
time.
finals. Only two in the finals. That one final, I have fought my other team. That's how great I am.
We don't talk about that. But without further ado, let's get into content you guys actually are here and subscribe for. And we'll start off with the losers of the Super Bowl, leading off our top 5 free agency inside for the AFC. Tony will be covering the NFC because he is one of them Falcons fans. And as me as a Patriots fan, I'm happy to say none of these top free agents are from my squad, which I find absolutely fantastic. Leading off, we're going to start with one of the best positions out there, premium position. Everybody loves it. And the way I look at the free agents, your availability and your dependability increase my GM's ability to spend. And starting off, Tyler Lindenbaum. Good old Linderbaum from the Ravens center. He is only 25 years of age. He has allowed 2 sacks 2025. He's missed only 2 games in the last 4 years. And honestly, there's no way they're going to let this man walk. The Baltimore Ravens want to keep Lamar Jackson upright and available to run around. Go ahead, tag on in.
Can I say something about that? The sacks, the 2 sacks that he's allowed.
Go ahead.
One thing about having a mobile quarterback, those stats for linemen become skewed because Lamar runs out of sacks a lot. So just because he only allowed 2 sacks doesn't mean he didn't allow people to get pressure. So while I think he will be a solid pickup for somebody, yeah, okay. 2 sacks. Got you. Carry on. I'm sorry.
And as you know, we go for premium offensive lineman at the center position at the age of 25 with 4 years of experience. Who's basically the same as most who are age of those being drafted now, because people stick around in college for way too long nowadays because it's, NIL deals and all that stuff. Well, he's going to get franchise tag. There's no way around it. They're either going to move Lamar's money around so they're able to spend more on him through restructuring, or they're going to franchise tag him. They are not letting this man hit free agency because there will be a bidding war. The Patriots need a center. The Falcons need a center. And I can probably list about 20 other teams that said, hey, this could be an upgrade on what we have in the center position.
Cleveland.
For sure. The Cleveland's entire offensive line that started last year are free agents. Just to put that out there. Fun little tidbit.
I mean, is that saying much, though? Is that saying it's Cleveland?
Their O-line is not the reason for their problems. Or in the management. Oh, wow. Sorry. Excuse me. Got some slander that had to come on out there. But look, let's skip to our number
First
2
of all,
player.
No Shadura slander. He gets 2 years. He gets 2 years to prove himself.
Allegedly. But we go to the number 2 player in free agency for the AFC, and he plays for a rival team that I'm not exactly a big fan of, but they keep calling us rivals for some reason, but it hasn't been a rivalry for a long time. The Jets, Breece Hall, a stud running back for a team that, well, if you like disappointment and heartbreak, every year is your year. And
even though
honestly, he's a fantastic free agent running back, great player, plays all 3 downs, great pass catcher, great run blocker, great runner. He can do it all whenever you need him to do anything. And he's done it all with a smile on his face, considering he's played for the Jets for the last couple of years. But I think that smile is about to get a big bit wider as he's going to leave. There's no way he's going to be staying with the Jets. He's not going to accept that franchise tag. He's not going to get franchise. I can't imagine the Jets are willing to pay top 5 running back money.
Is he top 5?
Breece, right? That's how the franchise tag is averaged out. I wouldn't say he's top 5, but he's the best available running back not named Kenneth Walker. So
I got 4 off the top of my head. It's better than him.
Yeah, so he's not going to get franchise tag and have to accept that kind of money, and the Jets aren't going to pay that kind of money. My prediction, he's leaving in free agency, and he's going to go over to the Houston Texans get a solid running game built up for their quarterback and try and help that team run the AFC South.
You know where he will fit for me, in my opinion? And I hate to say it.
I'm sure you'll say it.
The Patriots.
We have Travion. We have Ramondre. We are solid at the moment. I would love
Really?
him, but at the same time, I want to see what Travion can do. At number 3, we're going to go back to one of your favorite things, defense. It wins championships. And I'm sure you're quite familiar with this man, linebacker for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Devin Lloyd. Stud.
Yep, I know that.
Stud linebacker. Had one of his best years in the NFL period for the Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of people passed on him for a lot of interesting reasons over the years. And he finally put it all together on the football field. We're happy for him to have done that. And honestly, I can't think them let him walk now that they've finally started to put something on paper together that's worked on the field. He's getting franchise tagged. He is going to be staying with the organization, and they're going to try and at least work towards an extension. He'd fit in great in Atlanta in that linebacking core, but
because we need linebackers.
Yeah.
We need to bring back ours too. We need linebackers.
Everybody needs some good linebackers, as we saw. Seattle had quite a few good linebackers in that Super Bowl, so that'll be another interesting talking point when we get
all
there.
Played. They all played.
Oh, yeah. They love that rotation. And speaking of rotation, here's a band who was a rotational piece for several years for several franchises, some including middling performances with the Jets, but now played a stud year as a defensive lineman for the Denver Broncos. John Franklin Myers put up one of his best seasons statistically for the Denver Broncos as part of a rotational piece in that defense that all of a sudden just started going absolutely crazy for absolutely no reason. Their defense is not the reason they lost the AFC Championship game. We'll definitely say that much. And at the very end of the day, he's going to get a big payday going to an NFC team because I don't think the Broncos are going to be able to retain him or they'll be able to just draft somebody else. Surprisingly not. I have him going to another franchise that is usually considered middling, but has been on the come up for the last couple of years. The good old Rock City of Detroit. Put him right across Aiden Hutchinson, and now you got yourself a formidable D-line that's going to get a lot of pressure on that quarterback and make their life a whole
because Detroit's defense did underperform this year. They underperformed this year.
Getting somebody healthy on the field with good performance could really help. And, make Aiden Hutchinson even more versatile. It'd be nasty.
Still a bet on the Falcons.
But the number 5 guy, coming from one of the worst franchises in the NFL, always horribly run, always under-delivered, and we talked about them earlier. The Cleveland linebacker, Devin Bush, had his best statistical season in a long time. He has been on a lot of teams. But for some reason, Cleveland's where he put it all together. Great stats, great work ethic, great player, starting to really come together in his own right as a leader on the football field. But as all things in Cleveland do, they leave. If you want to be great, leave Cleveland. Trust me, works out for you. How you doing, LeBron? But Devin Bush is going to be leaving, and he's going to be going to a franchise that is near and dear to your heart, the Atlanta Falcons. The only other team that he really fit great in, I can personally say, would be the Dallas Cowboys, but I see him as a better fit for the Falcons scheme overall than Dallas. Honorable mention to Trey Hendrickson and Odafe Owe. Hendrickson's leaving. Odafe is probably going to stay, and then Tyreek and Daniel Jones, they are going to end up staying. And by staying, I mean Tyreek's going to go to Kansas City because they love troubled receivers. How you doing, Rashid Rice?
And he needs to go. He needs to go home anyway because he does.
He needs to stay away from home because he's.
I think Daniel Jones. I think his receiver Pierce is a free agent too. They both are going to come back. I don't know how that's going to happen. They're going to franchise one, probably Pierce, and then give Daniel Jones some money and then work it out. But they need to stay, even though Pierce disappeared in the playoffs. But that's another thing.
That is a whole nother thing. But without further ado, that's my list. Now I get to sit back and see the 7-time fantasy football champion do his work.
Free agency for me is something that I kind of hate. Should I say, I just hate. Because for me, I look at the free agents, and 9 times out of 10, people always play better on a contract year than they do the rest of their contract. And I'm like, if you could have did this for me over your 4-year contract instead of just one time, I can see you worth the money, because you've seen as much as I have. People get this big contract, go to another team, and disappear.
Time
right?
and time again.
It happens. So, and I also have a feeling that if you're at this team and you had this beast year and you just got to this team, you need to stay in that team, because that scheme seems to be working for you.
Kyle Pitts.
And I'm glad you brought that up. He's in my top 5. Now, my rankings of top 5 are people I think are legitimate free agents. Now, the NFC has like 20 of them from the last time I looked. It's probably more now. I'm picking out the ones that I think can actually make an impact on whatever team they're going to. One of these people is Malik Willis, quarterback for Green Bay. He's shown flashes every time he's coming to the game, but recently he played for Green Bay and he strung together some games, and it looks like he might have put it all together. I think he needs to go to a squad that's rebuilding. Just for me, because let's just say you go to an established squad like Dallas, the expectation is going to be way too high. You know what I'm saying? They're going to expect you to come in and win right away. But if you go to, say, Miami, where now they can build a team around you and get you what makes you stronger, I think that would work out better for him. But that's just my opinion. Because you shouldn't go to a team like Atlanta who just basically needs a stopgap quarterback for 1 year. Because I myself don't think Michael Penix is coming back this year. That ACL tear, his 5th major surgery, I don't think he's coming back. So he needs to go to a team where he can be, hey, you're our starter for the foreseeable future. And I think Miami would be good for him. Let's move on to another who, again, I think my Falcons would love to have. He's a hometown guy, George Pickens. I don't think he's leaving Dallas. When he got to Dallas, not only did he make CD look better, he was better than CD on some days. He made Dak Prescott look way better than what Dak Prescott is. I think he stays in Dallas. I don't know how his contract might look. He might ask for $15 million a year. He might ask for 20. Does he deserve it? The way he's played in Dallas, yeah, he plays like a top receiver.
There are some contentions with what they got going on there, because they're all of a sudden saying he was late for meetings, he wasn't showing up, he wasn't paying attention, he was on his phone all the time. All of a sudden, it comes up now in contract time.
Me and you have talked in depth about George Pickens while he was at the University of Georgia and how he used to fight everybody. He got kicked out of the Georgia Tech game because he threw dude into the wall and threw punches. He has no common sense whatsoever. But on the field, you cannot deny his talent. But no, you're not going to get me ranting about George Pickens being dumb. This one's going to hurt. Kyle Pitts. I've watched Kyle Pitts his entire career because, yes, as you know, Falcons fans, I've seen him do great things with bad quarterbacks like Mariota, and I've seen him do bad things with good quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins. Before Kirk Cousins got hurt, he had issues of not being able to separate at times. He has issues of dropping balls at times, but he also makes contested catches, which confuses us every single play. We don't know which one we're getting. If he can be more consistent, he can be a top 5, maybe top 3 tight end.
Just think of the primetime game he had versus the Bucs. That's basically going to be his selling tape for all free agency.
But look
at this game. Look what I can do.
But you got to look at the rest of the games that he's played. He had many games where he couldn't separate from a linebacker, which is a problem for a tight end. With that,
that athletic as him, yeah.
With that being said, I think he gets franchised. I think with Stefanski coming in, he wants to see Kyle Pitts and see if Kyle Pitts can fit his scheme.
I mean, Njoku fit, and Pitts, I would say, is more athletic than Njoku. Just Njoku
Pitts is way better than Njoku. way better. It's just Njoku would catch more times than not, while Kyle Pitts is 50. He's literally a 50-50 guy. He's not like Drake London where it's 90-10. He's going to catch the ball. I think if he works out under Stefanski's scheme, he's going to get paid next year. If he doesn't stay, that's fine. There are many tight ends in the draft this year. It's a dude from Iowa. I can't remember his name. And then Oscar Delp from Georgia, who's, second class Brock Bowers. He can catch. He's just slow. So I would like him to stay just to see what he can give us under a new system. I think we also need to swing him outside more than inside. I think he should match up on the number 2 cornerback. I think he can dominate them more than he can some linebackers, because a lot of linebackers
more of a Kelsey role than a Gronkowski role.
Right. Gronkowski had the height, the size, and decent speed. Pitts has speed and size, but his hands are questionable. I'd rather see him on the outside where he can catch, toward the sideline, or have to go up over somebody a lot more. But that's enough on him. This next guy I've seen play his entire career. He used to beast us every single time we played, no matter who we put on him. He had 1,000-yard seasons every year of his career, except for last year when he missed 8 games, and he still finished with decent numbers. And that is Mr. Mike Evans. I ain't big on staying with a franchise if you play with him almost your entire career. I understand if you want to go out and ring chase, but Mike Evans has a ring. He fits the system. He knows the player. Baker loves throwing to him. He's going to get the ball a lot, at least 30 times a game, thrown in his directions. He's going to catch him most of the time. He had injuries last year. I think he needs to stay with Tampa. But if not, and Tampa has no more faith in him, which I think they should, and he goes to Buffalo with Josh Allen, you give Josh a true number 1 receiver. No matter his injury, his hands are still Velcro. That would make Buffalo's offense even more scary. You had Cook bust out last year, rushing yard leader in the NFL. You throw him a true number 1. Then you just got to work on your defense, because their defense has always been a problem. They've had 1 or 2 good games where their defense was good, and then they disappear in the playoffs. So fix the defense, get you a good number 1 receiver. You could probably make the Super Bowl with that team.
Not with the way they chose. But next.
I just said, if you give them that, if you put a healthy Mike Evans on that team.
It's a big what if, and it's a big selling point. It's such a what if. You got your big 3 right there. But it is. But I can see it. I can see them making it easily to the AFC Championship game, and they might meet the Patriots again unless y'all have a fall-off year. Or Kansas City might come back, but this was their year to get there, and they didn't. So they choked. And my 5th and final one I'm looking at is from the Super Bowl champions, Kenneth Walker III. I don't think he's going anywhere. There's been a history of Super Bowl MVPs leaving their teams, getting paid, and forgetting how to play the game. He fits the system. He fits it perfectly. He's exactly what they need. He gives them balance in pass catching and running. He helps open up the wide receiver. He keeps the defense honest. He is everything that you want in a running back. Again, top 5 running back, unlike some people. Him and Charbonnet are a dynamic 1-2. He loves the city. He loves the teammates.
He's what you want. Everybody loves this guy. Keep him in Seattle. Make another run at Super Bowl. That's just my perspective. I think he stays. I don't think he's franchised. I think they're going to re-sign him.
He's going to get a beautiful extension.
The franchise is up for sale at the moment, but I think they're going to sign him. Some other people I was looking at, Nakobe Dean is a free agent. He is a good linebacker when healthy. He has health issues. He has injury issues. He hasn't really played a full season in years, but when he's on the field, you cannot deny. First of all, he was the reason we won most of those games. he was the dude. He was dropping folks. He was the reason we beat Oklahoma. I mean, he was solid. If he can stay healthy, he can get you 8-9 sacks a year, which is pretty much what you want. And another one, Jamel Dean, the cornerback from Tampa. I think he's going to get some serious looks in free agency. I want him to leave Tampa.
I
Personal
bet.
reasons, just because that
He's
he
a
needs to
nightmare for
go.
most wide receivers.
Yeah,
He even
so he
gives
can
London
go.
fits, and London's on the come up. I was very
Yeah,
wrong about London.
thank you. I'm glad you admitted that because when we had our discussion at draft night, your words were he's not a number one receiver, and I said, watch.
You said the same thing
Yeah,
about
Marcus
Pitts
Mariota.
and
What?
Penix.
I didn't like picks. I didn't like the Penix pick. I didn't.
You were
I
trying
thought
to argue that the 2 quarterback rationale was going to work, and now you have
it
a
was, but
old,
not that
washed-up
high.
white dude and a quarterback who had injury history before you got him.
I would have preferred you went another route and get me a multiple injury quarterback with knee problems. That's not what I wanted. I could run a two QB system, but not with somebody who can't run or play under center.
So what you're saying is you want
do.
Tua. I hear you. Say less.
I will punch you in your neck. Don't just uppercut to the throat. Don't do that to me. Tua better not come here.
Honorable mentions.
I mean, we have so many on my team that we need Kate Nellis back. That's the only one I care about. And Arnold Ebiketie. And only Falcon fan can know how to pronounce that name. Arnold Ebiketie. Yes. I need those two back. That's my honorable mention. Them two right there. Kate Nellis.
Honorable
Arnold
mentions from the Falcons. Of course, I stayed away from the Patriots once. So it was a great time to be a sports fan last year for a lot of teams. Good times had by all. As always, it's best when you hit that subscribe button so you stay tuned for all of our latest and greatest content, and you can keep up with Tony ribbing me every single time about his 7-time fantasy football championships as I rib him about the Atlanta Falcons making curious GM team decisions every offseason, which is why he hates
every single year. It's just I don't understand.
Every
you should
year.
hire me. If Blank is looking, hire me as something. I don't care. Put me on the board. Watch it improve. I'm telling you.
Have him run music. That being said, I'm at Brent with the 7-time fantasy football champ, Tony. We'll see y'all in the next one.
Hello. Iron Man sucks.